Today in this video, I would like to share with you the life lessons I have learned from my mentors in the process of building their businesses, building their characters, and if effectively managing their lives in the most effective way. Now, some of these mentors, majority of them actually, I have met in person. And these are the people who carved time out of their busy schedules and dedicated it to me so that I can be able to learn. But some of these mentors are people that I've never met except by just reading their life journeys on magazines and on some of their YouTube videos. And I would like to share what has impacted me that I believe that if you take into consideration, it will change your life. So without wasting any time, let's get directly into these issues. The first point, they come from humble beginnings, but they are not defined by their humble beginnings. So these are people who acknowledge their situations, that we come from a poor background, but we are not a poor background. So they decided to say, I'm going to turn my life around and make sure that it becomes better for me and for my loved ones. So the mistake that most people do is to wallow in self-pity and constantly replay in their minds how poor they were, and then looking for self-pity out there. But they decided to say, we're not going to follow that route. We are going to change our own situations. You know a saying that says, you can be born into a poor family, but existing and dying in poverty is your choice. And they decided to say, we are not taking that bait. That is not a choice that we are going to take. Lesson number 2. These are people that have crafted the skill of identifying an opportunity and doing something about it. One of the mentors says he was walking in a mall and he saw a newspaper clip, and he reached out for that newspaper clip. And what attracted him to that newspaper clip was the fact that malls are experiencing high electricity bills. And he decided to immerse himself in understanding the electricity meter business. And out of getting to understand the ins and outs of the meter electricity business, he then came up with proposals that end up saving a lot of money for the malls. And out of that, he created a billion rand business. Somebody could have just seen that newspaper article and said, it does not talk to me, it's not about me, it's about the malls. But he spotted that opportunity and did something about it. Lesson number 3. They understand that anything that you build, you have to start small. So even his business did not start like jump only to become so big. He had to go step by step in this building journey. The mistake that most of us do is to expect that we should skip all the steps and everything should be big from the beginning. There's a word that says the people that you see great today, or things that you see great today, started small. But in starting small, there is patience. There is a lot of work that is being invested in making things to change. There are wise words that that still reverberate in my mind, coming from Vusi Tembekwayo, that says that most people are keen to run a billion-dollar property business, but they do not even want to run a back room. So how can you run an effective business if you cannot even run a backroom? Lesson number 4 that I have learned from these people is that their journeys were not smooth. So their journeys, they went up and down as part of building these businesses. And Because of these ups and downs that they have gone through, they have learned a lot about these businesses. So it's not like somebody who wins a lotto or somebody who gets a windfall. Most of them, if you look at them, is that once the money dissipates, it becomes difficult or not even possible for them to rebuild that wealth. But these guys, what I've learned out of them is that because they have learned the ups and downs of businesses, and because they know that the journey is not smooth, once they fall, they are able to retrace their steps and learn from their mistakes and rebuild the business. So that is one of the most important lessons that I have learned. Lesson number 5 is that they value interdependence more than self-sufficiency. They realize that for you to build anything sustainable, you need other people. And those people sometimes have got to be smarter than you. And you need to give them independence to run with the things that they can do best. The most important thing that they mention is that if you think that you know everything, if you think that you are smart, it means that you are not open to the views and ideas and suggestions from others. And that is a sure recipe for you to fail. Lesson number 6, they value others. Now, in business, you cannot build it alone. You've got people. So showing those people respect, giving them time to be able to share their ideas, and you opening up your ears to their ideas so that you can also be influenced. But most importantly, also paying them in time. So what we have seen, especially in the South African context, is people who own businesses. We call them tenderpreneurs, and they reward themselves first before they can even take care of their employees or even doing what is necessary as far as the services that they have signed for. So they value others, and that makes a difference in the businesses that they build. So lesson number 7, they make a mark on the lives of others. They do not accumulate wealth for themselves. They identify causes where they can make a difference. And it does not mean that it's something that should be so huge, but just a minor cause where they are going to make a difference. Even dedicating their times to schools. Let's say, for example, where they know that these children are struggling with understanding economics. If I'm good in economics, go to a class and teach those children. If somebody is good in mathematics, dedicate time to teach these children mathematics. Or it could also be financial contribution of some sort. So they understand that life is about making a mark on the life of others. So that is also one thing that is top of their minds. So lesson number 8, they spend their hard-earned cash wisely. So they are not driven by impulse. They are not victims of self-gratification. They are not victims of immediate gratification. They know that for you to build wealth and finances, you've got to respect money itself, because if you start to respect money, it will also respect you. If you lead your money, then it will do the things that are going to benefit you at a later stage. But most importantly as well, they teach their children, their siblings, the fundamentals when it comes to money. So building financial literacy to those close to them is one of the most important things, because they know that it's something that will lead to building generational wealth. So they are not consumers. They are not caught by consumerism, which we know have ravaged a lot of families, especially families that seem to have been disadvantaged economically in the past. So that's a very valuable lesson. Lesson number 9, which is one of my favorite lessons, is that living healthily is their top priority. So probably you've heard that view that says you need to take care of what takes care of you. If you don't take care of what takes care of you, it won't take care of you. Think about it. What is it that you put in your mind? determines the mental health that you have. What you put through your mouth determines your physical health, you know. So whether alcohol, the food that we eat, smoking, all of those things are important to determine the quality of health that we have, not only physical health, but also mental health. Mental health is something that is important and it has always been there, but we know that in the past it had not been given the attention that it deserves. But what I've learned from my mentors is that mental health is important. So it's important that you are careful of what you eat, and exercising regularly and resting enough, having time for yourself as well, because that helps as well for you to reflect spiritually, emotionally, and then taking care of this important ingredient in this journey of success. So I have learned those lessons from my mentors, and I believe that if you take a cognizance of these lessons, you can be able to build your own dream. It does not have to be a business. It could be as something as small as writing a book. It could be anything, building your career. If you observe those 9 lessons, and probably many more, you will realize that your life will change to the better and you will become the best version of yourself. My name is Butaki Hlalele from Dreams Made Possible. Let me ask you humbly so to subscribe to our channel so that we can grow and impact other people in the most positive way, so that they do not die with their songs inside. They do not take their talents to the grave, but they can use their time and talents effectively for their own benefit, but also for the benefit of others, because that is the purpose of life, to live a purposeful life. Until the next episode, I thank you.